Hello YouTube and welcome back to my monthly dividend portfolio. So just going over this month, had a little bit of a tumble from the end of July. Invested quite early in the month on. See a bit of rate of return. Trump announced some more tariff stuff again, which made it sort of trade flat. It was up and down a little bit during the days, but nothing really exciting happening. And then WH Smith's had a bit of a problem, so I stuck some more money in, which was alright, which caused, and then towards the end of the month, it just rise a little bit, so I actually ended up about £40 up for the month. So yeah, fairly flat month for August. Looking at top 10 or top 5. Let's do top 5. BP's come up. BP's had quite a good time. Well, oil in general's had a good time, and rails income's had a little bit of a recovery. So that's sort of a minor change to the top 10 or top 5. Let's go through the portfolio in general. If you see something you want, just pause the video. You see how I'm doing on it, and I'll try and talk through some news. Stuff that happened. Arch Daniels had a reasonable month. In terms of share price, I'm actually back into profit on that, but unfortunately exchange rate is killing me, so I'm down on exchange rate. But yeah, that was pretty good month for that one. Is it the Bank of Montreal had another good month? Yeah, Bank of Montreal had a stellar month, so again that helped my portfolio. Yeah, oil's been fairly good month for oil in general, so up a little bit, which is really good. That's really helping my portfolio because BP and Shell are like some of my biggest holdings. Caterpillar had a reasonable month. If it loads, sort of had some peaks over 430, 440. So yeah, not too bad. Diageo had a pretty good month. Still well off though, where I need to be for that. But hopefully, run up to Christmas, might see a bit of a recovery on that. Gladstone Land's just been dying off still. I really should let this horse die, but I'm just so heavily in it now. Might as well see it through. Don't think I'm ever going to get it cost average down enough to sell it. Apart from that, oh, this ETF I've been holding for forever, trying to get rid of. Well, just hoping it come back. Bought it out of, well, I do like renewables and stuff, but it just started diving, but now actually showing signs of recovery. I'm not too far off actually getting it back into a profit. So we'll see how that goes from now till Christmas. Hopefully that'll be another one to go. What else to talk about? Oil really. Oil had a good one. Nucor's had a bit of a showing signs of recovery. So let's hope we can get out to our like 160 mark. If we get to 160 again in this, if we get to 160, I will probably sell it. I think just because I want to reduce my portfolio size. No other reason. Penning Group, like one I want to sell, is just not getting there. That's going to take quite a bit, another quid a share. So that's going to be a long time to get there. Realty income had a relatively good month, which is why it's moved up in the top 10. But again, the main thing that's hurting that is the exchange rate. So there's a lot more US, because the exchange rate to US dollar to pounds like 1.3, 1.35, something like that. It's like terrible. So it's really holding my portfolio back. Rolls-Royce sort of had a good month again. It sort of keeps breaking that £11, just hitting that £11 a share mark and dropping back down. I'm still in two minds with it. keep it or sell it. But I don't know. See what it does after the next dividend. Because I bought it for growth, not for a dividend. It's not fitting into my dividend strategy that I want to do. See grow. I'm never going to sell that either. Less said about that, the better actually. What else? VICIC Properties had a pretty good month, which is pretty good. Holding up quite nicely now, back at sort of like $30 odd, put me back in profit. But again, it's the exchange rate that's holding me back on that. My new one. So WH Smith had a counting error around 30 million. And they reported that, and as you can imagine, the market didn't really like it, so it price fell off the cliff. Bosh. So I saw an opportunity, so stuck some money in. So it's £200. I've set a sell limit on it already for about £10, I think, or something like that. Because it was an account error. It's not detrimental to the company. I think it's a bargain at the minute. I think it will go back up to £10. So that's what I've done. Sort of brought that, but I'm not putting the dividend sheet because I don't plan on holding that long. I'm hoping it'll be £10 before Christmas and it will just go. So I just make a quick buck on it. Apart from that, that's the whole lot through really. My pies, looking at my pies in general, really. So the high yield, my high yield dividend pie is doing okay, all in profit. And the Wolf of Wall Street, this is one. Me and my friends are doing investments with these sort of companies. Are in it. I'll stick £50 a month in there, and we're just going to see how it goes. So there's a bit of a. We all picked 3, and then are voting on the 10th. That was worked out. All right, let's have a quick look at the dividend tracker then. So this month. Put 250 in the dividend stuff and then £100 into WH Smith, so that gives me a total investment of 350 this month, which an interest rate would give me £53.40. So let's say we did on dividends. So what paid out first? AGNC Investments paid me out £2.20, which is okay. Apple paid me out 20p again. I think it's only ever paid me out 20p. Don't think it's been much higher than that since I've owned it. So that's stable. AT&T paid me out £2.01p. Okay. Bank of Montreal paid me out £1.84, and that's now back in profit because I was in a losing position before. Caterpillar paid me out 8p, which is good. Citigroup, again, another one I bought because it would work, and it has been paying out quite nicely, so that's paid me out £1.17. General Dynamics paid me out 87 pence, so I'm a little bit disappointed that's not £1 yet, but it is what it is. Gladstone Lands, I just want to keep pumping money into, hoping to try and cost average down. Better payment £1.84, which is alright. Greencoat Wind, so one of my UK renewables, because I started investing quite heavily in those because of what the government was, UK government sort of greener energy thing. I thought it would do quite well, but it is. So that's paid me out £4.75. Horizon Technology Finance paid me out £2.34. That's quite a jump. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's quite a jump on that. My first ETFs, government US bonds, paid me out 94p. So that's JP Morgan US government bonds. JP Morgan Equity Premium Income Active Fund. So bought this year. That's in the Wolf of Wall Street pie. It paid me out £1.52, so not bad. Lowe's paid me out 77 pence, which is alright. LTC Properties sort of paid me out £1.27, so that's good. Main Street Capital paid me out 87 pence, which is fairly stable for the year. Nucor paid me out 59 pence, so slight rise compared to February. Then I've got 2 more bonds here, short-term and high-yield bonds. The PIMCO ones, ETFs, they pay me out £1.27 and £1.25, so pretty good results from those. US bonds are doing quite well at the moment because everybody's borrowing loads of money. Procter & Gamble paying me out 99 pence, so hopefully by November that will be over £1. Prospect Capital, it's another one I've sort of been piling money into because the share price fell through the floor, trying to get my cost average down. Paid me out £3.14, so pretty good. Royalty income paid me out steady £32.66, which is okay. Stag Industry, that paid me out 51p, it's fairly stable for the year. And Starbucks, 96 pence, so not too bad on that front. My 24 monthly select fund paid me out £2.35, which is pretty good. United Utilities, so I sold this off now and I'd get the dividend anyway, so that paid me out £4.49. And then last but not least, Whitestone REIT, that paid me out 53p. So all in all, got £42, which is what, a tenner, just over £11 less than got an interest. But what is interesting, if you take £4 off that, or £4.50, that sort of gives you what, 37.5 quid. That's £7.50 up on February, which is the most comparable month to it without all the other little bits added in. So that's sort of on a growth of sort of £7.50-ish, given that dividends. That's a nice little snowball effect going on there, so we're happy with that. Let's take a quick look at the charts before we go into the numbers. So looking overall, sort of trending third worst month. That's be positive. No, it is what it is. Third worst month. So February was the worst, January was second worst, and now August third worst, £42. Top five dividends. BP still number one. Prospect Capital is number two. It's quite tight between Shell and HSBC. Call that joint fourth. Almost tight on that as well for AGNC. So sort of like joint fifth, should we say? So not bad. Got some royalty incomes coming up there, and so 24 monthly select fund. So we could see some change in that landscape in the near future. Let's look at the money numbers for the month then. So currently running at 24.46 rate of return, which is pretty good. Quite happy with that actually. So my dividend yield on value, I've been doing a bit of work on that. 7.23%, so that's quite good. Yield on cost is 9%, but that will always go up and up and up. Around 7% is not bad. It's a little high on the high side, but once I get some of the things sorted out, that will start to come down, I think, and be sitting around the 5%, 5-6% mark where I want it to be. So my total dividend so far since I opened portfolio is like nearly 1,500 quid now. It's pretty good. My capital growth this year is still just shy under 1,200 quid. So my value is £20,261, and my ISA sits at 16, so £4,000 more than the ISA. So even though my dividend returns didn't beat the interest, my actual rate of return is, so still up, still better to invest than it is to go stick into ISA. Okay then, let's have a quick look at the front sheet. So this month, like I say, a bit of dip in form, but still more dots above that green line than there is below it. Oh, I don't know. Probably not actually now. But yeah, not too disappointing. I know September's normally a mega month for me. So last year we got like 70 odd pounds. Hopefully this year it'll be over 100. Year on year. So 2025 is now just shy, what, £50 or so from last year. But rate of return is up. So come September, end of September, this next month, that should exceed that last year. That shows a nice little steady rate of return then. Change up with this chart, really I sort of try to put the months on year, just so you can see how the dividend grows by month, by year. So 2025 obviously all looking quite nice. I'm expecting, because September normally is my best month. Always is, always has been. I'm expecting that to be £100 this month, this time round. So yeah, looking pretty good. How's my 50k in 5 years looking? Well, I did a little chart for this. So this shows the money invested, including dividend returns, to the growth of it. So the wider those two lines get, the better. So it's going pretty good trends in a minute. How are we doing on targets? So target of 871 in dividends. We're only at 445. So don't think I'm going to make that. I'm not going to do £400 of dividend in 3 months, 4 months. No, it's not happening. So I'm going to miss that target. Couple of growth smashing it out though, but it's still got a chance to dip. Who knows what's going to happen? And the fund, yeah, I probably will make that because I've invested more than the 250 at the moment. So I'm sort of adding slightly higher than that. So should have 2 green and 1 red this year, I think. Very similar to 2023. But we'll see how things go. In terms of 50k, still looking at the 10-year mark. So I was hoping to make 25k, at least get half. But I think I'm going to fail by more than half, which is a shame. Alright, anyway, that's the end of this video. If you like what you see, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Okay guys, cheers. I'll see you next time.